So I come from a very competitive family. In our, like, my dad and his brothers would have been like, not a big deal, but they would have been pretty good at what they did. They played like Gaelic games, football. So when I was growing up, I played a lot of that, and I was competitive. But we were a very competitive house, and I started to play golf. And then when you kind of realise that you're okay at something, I feel like when you're a competitive person, that you just want to see how far you can go. And I think it's after leading to this, you know, that's kind of the way I feel about it. So I started playing, we had a local like pitch and putt club where I grew up. The town I grew up was like, I used to play from when I was about 9, and then when I was about 12, 13 I started to play golf, and I just loved it from the word go. Yeah. Well, Tiger, I was the Tiger Woods era. Like I remember when I was a kid, like I would have started watching golf like late 90s, so early 2000s, like that was Tiger Woods. That was the, you know, I remember when I was younger, all I wanted to do was sit in and watch Tiger playing, and then go out the following day and trying to, you know, emulate what he was doing. I was plus 5.3 I think I got to. So yeah, pretty good. I think I lost like a shot just before I turned pro, so it's gone pretty good. I was very fortunate that I got an invite to the Irish Open in 2009 when I was an amateur, and I went on and won the tournament. So it was from there, it was just, I went like straight on to the European Tour. I had a 2.5 year exemption, and you know, I kind of learnt my trade that way. I didn't have to do a challenge tour or anything like that, which was nice, and yeah, I just kicked on from there. Yeah, I'd be fairly superstitious now. Like I wouldn't walk under a ladder, or I wouldn't like put a new pair of shoes on the table, stuff like that. And the only thing with golf, I carry 8 white tees in my pocket, and from the first tee. If it breaks, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you know, golfers, we always have our superstitions. We mark my ball the same way all the time and stuff like that. I suppose, like, I've been with Srixon almost 10 years now, and they're just like the company itself, the lads that work on the trucks both in Europe and America, they're great lads, and I get on very well with them. And you know, they make some great equipment. I think the ball, is the best part of it. I think the ball is really, really good. You know, and the irons, the last couple of years, the new irons are, I feel like they've transformed my iron game. And then the driver this year, you know, the last few months has treated me very well, and I'm very happy with how things are going. You know, it's funny because I don't really know. You're walking down there, like I'm walking down there, and I'm trying to take it all in. I'm trying to, you know, trying to soak up the atmosphere. I honestly don't remember it. Like I can't remember doing it. Do you know what I mean? It just happens, and I'm walking down 18. I'm looking at the scoreboard. And I'm like, right, I'm 6 ahead. The crowd are just going mad. I can see my family behind the green, and I'm like, what do I do? I just don't know what to do. So I just kind of, you know, I just got on with it, and I just tried to be myself walking down, and yeah, it was incredible. But to be honest, I don't remember much of it at all. I suppose it'd be silly to say that it hasn't changed, because it's changed somewhat, but I feel like I still try to be the same person that I was before it. Like you know, when I'm at home, I'm just me. I'm with my family, I'm with my friends, I'm playing golf, I'm doing the same things I've always done. But you know, there's that change where, you know, I'm obviously a bit more recognisable now. Come to tournaments is a bit busier, so stuff like that. All the change has been for the good. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of everything that's changed about my life since the Open is all a good thing. So that's kind of, I feel like I've taken in my stride quite well though. It's funny, I quite a few corporate days over the last while, you know, with certain sponsors and stuff, and I feel like golf is a great game, like, because anybody from anywhere or of any standard can play the game together, and I don't think any other sport in the world is like that. So I think that's why it's a great game. You know, I can go out with somebody who's never played the game before, and we can enjoy 18 holes together. I can, you know, whereas like is a footballer going to be able to go out on a football field and play football with a guy who's never played before? So it's kind of, I feel that's why I feel like golf is the greatest game in the world. I don't know, that's a good question, because I'm not sure I'd change anything. I think everything that's happened to me over the years has made me into the person I am today, and I feel like the only piece of advice I would give, and I would just wish I was better at accepting the bad days a bit better. You know, when I was like in my early mid-20s, I'd take, you know, bad rounds home with me and I'd be pissed off for a while, and I just feel like, I honestly feel like one of the reasons I've done quite well this year is because I'm starting to accept, you know, the bad days, and I'm starting to, you know, really take them on the chin and just move on with things. And it's hard to say what advice I give, but just kind of, you know, just roll with the punches and just get on with it and do your thing and just believe in what you're doing. I think the reason I made it on tour and stayed on tour is because of how good my short game was when I started out. I spent hours and hours and hours on the golf course, on the chipping green, on my own, just chipping the ball. Like, that's all I did when I was a kid. I love doing it, and I still to this day I love doing it. If I get an hour spare, I'll more than likely go and hit some chips rather than hit some balls. And I feel like if you're good from 100 yards and in, you know, it can turn a bad day into a average day, and it can turn an average day into a great day. Being good from inside 100 yards.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much. Nice one.
Thank you.